Good morning, everybody. This is Jack Gleason with Major League Trading, and it is the 8th of October here. We're going to be going over the morning trade plan. Make sure to give everybody an opportunity to load this up. All right. Alright guys, good morning. It is October 8th, 2018 here, Monday. Bond markets are closed. It is Christopher Columbus Day. Welcome to America, everybody, ladies and gentlemen. So it's a U.S. bank holiday here today. So there is no notable news events before the bell or after the bell opens. So nothing we got to worry about. Imagine it's a fairly slow day, but we shall see. Trend biases to the prior day. We have bearish ES, bearish NASDAQ, bearish Dow, bearish on the Russell. And in the overnight session, we're neutral across the board in all four indexes. On the shorter term time frame, 5 to 10 days, ES is bearish, NASDAQ is bearish, the Dow is neutral, and the Russell is bearish. On the midterm time frame, ES is neutral, NASDAQ is bearish, Dow bullish, Russell bearish. And on the longer term time frame, bullish ES, neutral NASDAQ, bullish Dow, and bearish on the Russell. For our previous day's summary for the S&P 500, bring this down here. Here we have our multi-grid layout created every single morning at Major League Trading. The 29.14 bell-to-bell high zone all the way up here. Then we have the bell-to-bell low down at 28.73 quarter, big range. The settlement came in at 28.94. Value area high 29.05 half. Value area low 28.82 quarter. And the point of control at 28.89.25. European close marks it at 28.92.75. Volume on the session was 2,241,000 contracts. Quite a lot there. Overnight high 28.98 quarter, and that was right when we opened in that first 15 minutes. Overnight low 28.82 half. Put in around 5 a.m. Floor traders support and resistance levels, pivot points. R4A 29.75 half, R3 29.55, R2 29.34 half, R1 29.14 quarter. The pivot point is 28.93. S1 is 28.73 half, S2 28.53, S3 28.32 quarter, and S4A at 28.12 half. Index strength and our range analysis. So the previous day, guys, we had a 40.75 point range. So that's huge, almost 41 points. That is the biggest bell-to-bell trading session over the last 10 days. Our median is less than half of that. It's been about 18.5. So think about the range expansion, what it means for volatility here for the S&P 500. We have absolutely had two back-to-back range expansion days, both Friday and Thursday of last week. The entire session came in at 42.25, which once again was the maximum we've had over the last 10 days. The median is 19.75. Overnight 17.25, and first hour 11.25. So volatility has expanded here, guys. A lot of opportunity, bigger trading ranges. So something to keep in mind here. Index strength, percentage change from the settlements. Now the Russell was down 0.68%, Dow down 0.6%, Nasdaq led the way, down a full percentage point, down 1.04%. S&P down little less than 0.5%, 0.47%. Over the last 5 days, the Russell and Nasdaq are just getting crushed here. Down 3.6% in the Russell and 2.8% in the Nasdaq, with the Dow basically unchanged. So the Dow's been holding on better than those two markets, and they have just been the ones taking the beating. Over the last 10-day period, the Nasdaq's down 4.5%, and on a 15-day period, we're down 5%. I'm sorry, that's the Russell. So the Russell, guys, just been super, super weak here. Let's take a look at these markets. If you guys have any questions while I'm streaming, feel free to pop them and drop them in the chat. Do want to start off with gold, because gold right now is the biggest percentage change from the overnight session, and it has been an aggressive break of support levels, and we have fallen all the way back to the bottom of the range. I'm just going to go ahead and actually mark up, go to a 4-hour chart and then an hourly chart. I want to mark up any leg starts that we had down here, the open of them. See, we had one right here. And then right here. Okay, and then this halfway back support had broke in the overnight session, so we can get rid of that. We did basically come all the way to the bottom side, the beginning of the move in gold, that this move up in gold that began, that is on the 28th of September. Okay, we came right into that zone. And then I want to observe where we came and broke down out of. I'm going to go to a 5-minute chart here. So basically we just started going straight down in extensions, lows to lows. Let's see. The low from 1202.3 to low traded once, traded twice. That's 3 times. I'm going to watch this fourth, same anchor, new low, resistance level at 1193.1. 1193.1. I'm going to watch that on a first test. And on the higher time frame here, let's see. I was hoping we'd get a full halfway back, but we never did get it. Basically, this swing high from the 9th of July to low is where I would anticipate us eventually completing down into. We'll see if we can start cracking through these higher time frame support levels. I would get us on a continuation run lower to 1143. This has been a long consolidation. We are at the bottom of the range here. Support levels below, I will watch 1184.4 and a retest of this 1187. But most interested in a continuation trend lower, looking to sell potential rallies at 1193 to 1194.9 right now. For the Dow, let's back out here, guys. We got some bigger moves in play. Starting with the reversal in the Dow that began on Wednesday. Now, some of the other markets had begun the reversals out of their highs sooner, especially the Russell. We had this full halfway back trade Friday, first in the overnight session, and then on those non-farm payroll numbers. That swing high to that most recent low then traded on the open of the Sunday night session. We had 2 tests, and we are working our way down. I'm going to get rid of these old support levels. Those are now negated. this targets down into the negative 23% profit target is 26,219. And I do have a support level I've marked off below there. I'm going to back out to the hourly chart. Probably going to need to go a little further actually. There is a high to high daily extension that is drawn from the high of June 11th to high 26,192 is that support level. That's what I'm looking for us to come on down into. So if we can come down into, guys, is 26,192 in the Dow. If you look, a couple reasons we can just look at this zone. First off, it's really where we broke out of, right? So right around this previous high area, right around this previous high, that from just the general support and resistance standpoint is going to be a potential setup. Now on the opposite side of things, by the time we trade that, we will have completed the current halfway back target. So 26,192 is roughly, let's see, it's about 150 points below where we're currently trading. So that is on the table for me for potential support. Maybe take a Nadex trade down there, and we'll see what happens when it trades. But that's what I'm looking for the Nadex, for the Dow. Now for the NASDAQ, much more aggressive selling pressure here. We were in a low-to-low extension series going into Friday, and we have just been crushed and completed that. Now we have an unfilled negative 61.8% profit target at 73.37.5, and that is from Friday's action. So I'm going to mark that up. Then we also just have the prior day's high to low as what traded as resistance going into the end of the day here. Friday's high to low is what traded as resistance going into the end of the day, and you can see we're rolling out of that. This is very bearish action. Absolutely. I have no support till 73.01.5 here in the NASDAQ. I'm going to go out to the daily chart. There is a same anchor new high extension. I'll mail out these support and resistance levels, but this high to high has 38% retracement at 73.05. 73.05. I'm going to put that 50 in here as well. Now, if we do not hold that, I have no support till 71.84 in the daily. So that 73.05 is going to be a pretty significant level for me here. It could possibly trade today. It's about, we would need about a 90-point drop from where we're currently trading. So totally doable. A lot of volatility. This is a two-sided market, guys. You can trade, this is, although obviously the momentum's been to the downside, what you can see is we're getting these bigger reversals too. So the bigger moves are to the downside here, guys. But when we start completing profit targets, be careful being too aggressive with new shorts. We haven't completed profit targets here. We will start completing them around 7,300. So there's plenty of room we can fall. All right, now oil basically has had a trend reversal last week. Now we had an incredible move up, just zipping and ripping. Started really on Friday, continued on Monday, exploded on the oil inventory report on Wednesday, and then we finally tapped out after that oil inventory report, and we began a reversal sequence since then. Last week we had the 74.15 support level on a first test. We traded it once, we traded it twice. In the overnight session, we've broken down and completed targets of our shorts, so that support can be eliminated. On the higher time frame here, the level I'm watching is the 72.43, which is the low of September 14th, too high. That 50% retracement, I have that boxed out there. It is also the beginning of the move that we had on Friday, September 28th. You can also see there was a really big leg start here that began last week on Monday. So we basically opened last week right where we're currently at. So I will mark up that 73.34. Opposing the current support system is a extension that I'm looking at from the low of 75 99 to low. Now it traded once to target. Basically completed here in the overnight session. That same anchor new low is what I will look for here today. And I really like this setup. This same anchor new low, 74.18. I'm going to go ahead and mark that up just like this. And then throw an alert there at or above. That's what I have for oil. For the Russell here, oof, this thing is been getting smoked. I have the support zone at 1626. I need to back out higher time frame. Yeah, that's basically the beginning of the rally. Now, what's going to be interesting here is this 1614.8. This is, you know, one of the bigger levels that I would be watching. The low, what was it, of April 2nd to high is 1614.4. And that could come into play here this week, absolutely. It's a larger time frame halfway back. And that's where we could be headed. So I do want to mark that up. I expect the first day that we trade this for us to close above it on the daily. On the daily. So this would be a level I would look for. A potential Nadex trade on the daily. Expiration. I would expect us to close above this on the first time we trade it. You can see that's prior high we broke out of on the 14th. And then this was a demand zone. Just looking back, you know, you also have this prior high from March 13th, high here from, was it May 14th, so a couple months apart. This is also just a larger time frame halfway back, and we have completed all targets. We are super aggressive to the sell side in the Russell. This is the weakest market. The current sequence is an extension short, and it begins from the low of Tuesday to low. Okay, and that's where those sellers are coming in from. I'm going to go ahead and bring this down like this. Okay, bring that down like that. This extension targets 1611.9, so that extension would target just below our 50% retracement. So upon a completion, down here at this lower end level, we could see that reversal out of it. Could see that reversal out of it. For the S&P 500, we have the completion of the extension short on the prior day. Now, I do want to back out and look for potential daily support levels that we could have. Let's see. This extension is not yet broken. This 38% retracement and the low of September 7th is really the next support level that has much meaning to me. But I do think it's a possibility we get as low as like this zone this week. This 28.42 zone. First up is going to be 28, this 28.46. So I'm sorry, 28.66 half. Go ahead and set an alert there, that 28.66 half. Also going to set an alert here at 28.41.75 in the S&P, just so I'm aware when we get down to that level. You notice I always put my alerts a couple ticks ahead of the actual level, so I'm alerted before it trades. Because if you put your alert right on the level, by the time you get it, it's going to already trade. It's going to be too late. Now, for the downside sequence right now in the S&P, there would be a same anchor new low sequence that I want to be aware of. Let's delete a couple things here. First off, there's a 50% retracement just from that prior day high to low, and then this same anchor, new low. Actually, that same anchor, new low, you could consider that traded. Because we did come off that 38% retracement. So that same anchor, new low is in play. This 50% retracement is untested and would be a significant resistance level here. At any point this week. Right now, your downside target is 28.5775. It's a big target. Set an alert there too. All right, and that's what I have for the indexes. Let's take a look at a couple currencies. If I can find my currency grid. I gotta. All right, USD CHF, we have a high to high here. Let's look for our support zone. Complete targets once. $99.12. If we break below this 98.99, I would think, you know, selling pressure could pick up. So I'm going to mark below that. But right now, this USD CHF continues to move higher. And its upside target is 99.78. Let's see, this USD CAD's all over the place. I think we are approaching the full halfway back short from the high of the 6th of, is that August? Or no? It's the high of the 6th of September to low. Yep, that's 130.04 zone. Heavy resistance. So this full halfway back here, guys, in the CAD, which begins on September 6th, this high to low already traded once to target. We completed that target, and we have rallied all the way back up to the same resistance level. And you can see we're starting to get a reversal out of this USD CAD. This is going to be something to watch and pay attention to. I'm going to mark below this 129.80. USD JPY completed profit targets of a higher time frame. This larger halfway back completed at 114.40, and we have had a 3-day sell-off since then, which means there's going to be a leg start at the top of the range. The USD CAD has changed trend from an uptrend to a downtrend. The swing from the 7th of September too high is where I anticipate us pulling back down into. I'm going to mark that zone up. So 112.45. I'll probably take one trade, Frederick. And then Great Britain Pound USD. Full halfway back from the swing high of the 20th to low. That's on deck. Euro USD is an extension shorts, downside targets 1. Should really like that trade. It's 114. This level, I have to see where I pulled it from because obviously it's previously on my chart. Must be a daily leg start or something down here. It's 114.11 is going to be a significant level for me here. AUD USD. Basically just want to see a retest of 7100 or 7086. I'm setting alert at both those levels. That's all I got, guys. I will share these levels here in our Major League Trading Discord, both for futures and Forex. But there's a bank holiday here today, guys, so wouldn't look to be too active. But you know, I would say if Thursday and Friday weren't as active as they were today, would be dead. But Thursday and Friday were pretty active, so we'll find a lot of aggression here possibly today. Now, if you guys enjoy this content, give me a thumbs up on the YouTube video. Make sure to leave your comments below. Feel free to share this and let me know what you guys think if you have any questions, and subscribe to my channel. Take care. Trade safe, trade small, and I'll see you guys in my trade room.